going to transfer drones and be doing something else. And that can add up, Todd, to your point. Like that, it's a mismatch with these kind of guys.
Neeb loses his first unit, that's an adept. He's only fighting half of the army right now, picking up some of these roaches and dealing with the links. He can just cancel that shade and ransack that third base. He lets some of these go through.
Or go half and half and kill both, I guess. I mean, why not?
That works too.
Some roaches are going to come out here, so ultimately this will be stopped, but at what cost? There's so many drones dying. It's at 29. He's down to 28 workers himself and plummeting. The Phoenix count is not being depleted, by the way. Just now, one Phoenix does die. And this very well could be the beginning of the absolute and Truca tap out. Nobody would think twice of it.
Neeb has killed almost 100 units and only lost 15 here so far. Those Phoenixes still absolutely zero counter.
I think Showtime's the European Zest, at least, because they look the same. But yeah, I watch Zest stream a lot because he's been streaming recently, and I'm always very inspired by his play. Like, he's very smart.
And now finally, welcome back.
Obviously, you have to worry about these Vipers as well that could abduct the lurkers, make it a little bit harder as well. Snute is going to have a lot of lurkers there, but that is a great blinding cloud by EUZealot.
Yeah, he tries to counter micro and lift some of them, but another blinding cloud, just too many Vipers. Infested Terrans coming out here and sometimes confusing the Ultras. This isn't going so poorly. Like, the lurkers, some of them even live, and that is a hold by Snute.
So how do we get rid of that? So
what's going on?
It's very close. I mean, Army Supply is pretty much dead. Even obviously Snute still has a few more units in production as well, but EUZealot's reinforcements are further away. But it seems like EUZealot is getting the upper hand early on in this battle. Snute once again fighting pretty far down his ramp. He doesn't have to do this. He can stay off the ramp. I think he could have bought a little bit more time for himself. Now it definitely seems that that hatchery is going to be in a lot of trouble. The queens are very low in HP. It would be nice for Snute to get a kill on one of them, but that ain't happening so far.
Yeah, amazingly close game. Snute, his reinforcements from the third base are going to be cut off, so that's kind of limiting his larva factor here. In fact, the eggs could even be canceled. Two of them just going to get sniped. This is a laser's benefit going towards that third.
Yep, that's a lot of units that Snute would have loved to have with his main army that are going to get picked off immediately. EUZealot is reinforcing with Zerglings, as the observer is showing us as well. But he's going to end up losing a couple of roaches. That Ravager is super low in HP as well. This hatchery seems like it's probably going to go down, but these brute...
As a special guest from the StarCraft 2 development team. So firstly, my friend, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us what you're doing here, and tell us what you do normally on the StarCraft 2 development team.
Well, that's a lot to go over. I'm Michael Scipione. I am a technical designer at Blizzard on the StarCraft 2 team. I've been with Blizzard for about 4 years now. Typically, I do, as a tech designer, I do normal design things like decide what work on, like what should we be working on, why should we change it, and what those changes should be. I also work on the co-op mode, but I'm here to talk about multiplayer because big focus on multiplayer.
Yeah, that's where some of the changes have been happening at the moment. So my first question to you is, and I know a lot of people in Twitch chat might be asking this, are you the new David Kim?
I'm not quite David Kim.
Oh, okay.
So no, I'm not David Kim. We've always been a team here on the balance team for StarCraft 2. And we're just being a bit more upfront about it now.
Let's see if we can catch him dozing. He's just there injecting some drugs into himself. Yeah, he's in a heroin stupor for sure. That's what happens, man. That's what happens. You give fucking combat drugs to your soldiers. Didn't you learn anything from Vietnam? You should have studied your ancient history. People out in the...
So for Protoss, we're going to try bringing back the old familiar building, the shield battery, like the actual building.
Right.
And so what that'll do is it's going to be based off of its campaign stats to start with. So it'll be 75 minerals. It'll recharge shields of a unit one at a time very rapidly. The unit can still fight and move. For Zerg, we have the new Entangle ability, which allows units to, which basically you click on an air unit, it pulls it to the ground, and it's stunned. And there's a lot of things
to play. Like Cruel plays in a very odd way, plays in his own way, but Neeb just has that figured out. Neeb just reads the state of the game so well. Snute is a completely different cookie to crack, and I think that's going to be a little bit harder for Neeb.
Yes and no. Snute also plays his own way, and it's pretty well known. I don't know that it's as much exploitable. I think if you are to exploit Snute's playstyle, it would be something along the lines of like, I'm going to be able to sneak out a more aggressive fourth or third base. And I'm going to just keep trailing on my thought because I can see Kevin's hand like this. So I know the longer this goes, the more painful it is that he doesn't get the dog.
No, it's okay. I mean, sometimes you're actually quite knowledgeable, yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Well, we have to cut this for a moment. We can talk about it in a second here as we are almost ready here for the grand final. So without further ado, best of 7 to crown yourself the WCS Montreal champion. It's Neeb going up against Snute.
Snute try and punish Neeb as he powers ahead into that super late game army. There are vulnerabilities, but Neeb is so good defensively when he wants to be. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Not in position. The Lings are going to be able to slip inside of the main base. A critical error out of Neeb as the Zerglings get on top of this adept. They want to pick it off, maybe go for the probes instead. He kind of bounced between those bases a little bit.
Yeah.
There's no Mothership Core.
When you go Stargate, you often, the Mothership Core is quite delayed, and the Oracle has to come all the way back to deal these Lings. Just one adept is not enough. Probes off the line, also not enough. There's one adept.
They're covering it, and Snute, he's playing this very patiently. Doesn't want to run in just yet. Neeb goes, he's spread out on the Oracles. He's going to fly straight in.
Big Fungals on the south here. Oracle's coming from the north as well, though. Infested Terror's going down, but with the charge flood, it seems like it's too much from Neeb.
A 360-degree surround with Oracles, Adepts, and Zealots out of the American Protoss player. 13 probes were killed, but Snute's army has been routed as Neeb holds on to the majority of his economy, still sitting at 71 workers, Maynard. He was not hurt too bad by this push.
Not at all, and he's still producing probes back at home, so he's going to have a superior economy probably for the rest of this game. As
that extra DPS in there.
The Infestors are burrowed this time. Huge fumble on the Oracles! That's what Snute wants, but the charge slots are getting up in his face. Does he have enough? A chain fumble from Snute. He's got the Oracles. A brilliant pickoff here for the Norwegian server.
Oh, another one flies straight into the Hydras on the tail end of this fight. Snute, perhaps smelling blood in the water, is getting ready to push the issue.
Biegną zergingi w jego stronę, także na pewno ma dużą szansę Laser, żeby się obronić. Czy to będzie ta pewna skała, czy to będzie braciszek tak, który po prostu blokuje dwuletnie, czy tam czteroletnie dziecko ciałem. No zobaczcie, królówki elegancko już blokują. Jest też Spineclower, oczywiście Dorwek się przebije, ale to dużo czasu mu zajęło. I teraz ten Baning, trochę za dobry dla Snuta. No niestety niebezpiecznie, cały czas Laser bez baningów. Faktycznie ta eksplozja mogła być trochę za dobra dla Norwega. Cały czas atakuje, cały czas kontynuuje swoją presję. Oj, niedobrze, zaczynają padać dronki. Norweg też oczywiście dalej drony produkuje, no ale też troszeczkę zerlingów chce no niedobrze.
He doesn't have anything else really add into this. He's still just building oracles. He's adding zealots, but they're all across the map. That bird infestor looking for a fungal, doesn't toss one out just yet, and Neeb's gonna try to fight this. The Archons with the zealots hitting from the north, the oracles hitting from the south. He's got a bit of a surround, but as the zealots die and the fungals fly, the oracles start to fall from the sky.
It's a nice round you had there, Nate. But yeah, massive attack here. Neeb
the Zealot's cleaned up back home too.
Yes,
Neeb just needs to survive, just weather the storm.
Oh, no 3-3 upgrades here if he gets rid of these forges. That's going to be nice. It's going to give him a chance really to engage. We can see that Neeb has a martial art.
Is this actually live? Yep, it is. Oh yeah, hello Spinach King and anyone tuning in. For those who don't recognize the voice, of course it is clearly Todd joining me on the cast.
Hello guys, I'm gonna make a look at the supply joke. Look. It's funny every time.
Hey Rotterdam, I'm better at Warcraft. No, this is a Jogo.
Look at my esports earning. It's so many numbers.
The incident.
Look at yours. There's not any numbers. So embarrassing. Look at the supply.
If I close my eyes, I can see it's like I'm casting with Todd. Damn it, that's gonna give it. Anyways, for those who don't recognize the voice, of course, joined by Drogo. Unfortunately,
Hydras, I highly doubt it. He's getting right on top of this army. He force fields off to left jug, drops the storm up top. Snute's army being fought one half at a time, and as those storms are dropped, he immediately goes for the Archon merge, not wasting any time. Neeb obliterating Snute's army.
Yeah, this immortal count is just too high for Snute to deal with. This attack went very badly with the charge lot reinforcement. There's no way Snute wins this one. GG. Yeah, just sitting in the DTs here. The spores, of course, are already here.
Gutsy play. He's gonna try to focus the spore crawler.
And of course, Snute doesn't have lair yet, so he has no mobile detection. The natural is in trouble here. Queen gets shredded up.
Wow, so Neeb loses one of his Dark Templar while his Lings counterattack. His base pylon's being warped in. It looks like he'll be able to at least pick off this natural expansion, but he needs to protect himself back home. What is he going to use? Is he going to add another Dark Templar here so that he can make the two Archons?
Well, Cybercore these are some nice pickoffs for both players, but Neeb on 2 base is a lot stronger than Zerg on 2 base, especially considering the third is so far away from the main. A drill in here, he's going to lose the queen.
No.
He's trying to keep the spores alive and get the roaches up here.
Radość, no i teraz. Dasz radę, Neeb, tym razem pójdzie. No ale samym pykciukiem. Nie, jednak nie, inaczej. A, bo tu trzeba to wyciągnąć, mój Boże. Czemu taki ciężki ten szampan? Nie ma presji, nie?
WCS Montreal.
To jest najlepsze, po prostu.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Because there are seeds. Yes, this is seed number 1. Aka known as finals. Sharp is saying, okay, that's steel range.